Those who live according to the flesh, in chapter 8, verse 5, have their mind set on what the flesh desires. But those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their mind set on what the Spirit desires. The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. And we've talked about that. Don't we want that life and peace? And Paul is saying the issue for him, and I believe all believers, is our flesh. Those of you who don't know, Bible was originally written in ancient Greek in the New Testament. And so this Greek word is sarx. And it's used over 100 times in the New Testament. And it can be used in a variety of ways. One of them is just our physical body. We got to understand, just like we talked about before, God created our bodies to be good. And he gave us desires for a reason, many of them so that we would survive and thrive. And then the second way is just our earthly identity. You know, Paul in Philippians 3, he's listing his background, his ethnicity, his education, his social status, and he's saying, these are the things of the flesh. And I don't put confidence in these things because my confidence is in Christ. And then the last way that it's used is this idea of our sinful, earthly, human nature. When you think about the parts of yourself that you're most ashamed of, the parts of ourselves where, man, they drive us into so many difficulties and negativity and destructive patterns. And then you look at the world as a whole. I mean, you look at the issues in our society, whether it's greed or oppression or wars in Europe or around the world, all kinds of conflicts. It's down to when these desires become everything that we are defined by. And it starts as something fine, like we have a desire to survive. God created that. It's a good thing. But then it can easily become, well, I'm going to take whatever I got to take. I'm going to step on whoever I need to step on. I don't care how it affects other people. I'm going to get mine. And that can be the thing that just drives us to live this way that is not the life that God has called us to. But the thing is that Jesus already defeated the enemy. Through his death, burial, resurrection, ascension, he has become Lord, supreme authority in the universe. And if we are in Christ, those of us who decided to follow him and to center our lives around him, the devil can't touch us unless, that's a key word, we decide to be governed by the flesh. And so whatever you need to do, I encourage you during this time of communion to be encouraged that Jesus has made it so that we do not need to be defined by our flesh. He has made it so we don't have to be defined by the same cycles of sin and shame and failure. There's a better way. And it's through his sacrifice, it's through his blood, it's through his resurrection.